Great.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 21 year of Sierra Camera Club. It's not the way we want to meet, but thanks to Doug and others, we're still meeting and still going as a club. I'd like to thank all of you for that, but tonight, thank Pat for taking on the director of the general category. And I don't have much else to say other than welcome and glad to see you all.
Okay. Well, actually, I'd like to recognize two people tonight. Aaron Vizzini for coming up with this wonderful way of entering photos and keeping track of everything. And Doug for offering to do all the Zoom meetings. So it's made things a lot easier. And I know a couple of people had a little difficulty with logging in and so forth, but the photo entry should make, once you get used to it, should make life a lot easier for everyone. So tonight we have with us Jim Cunningham as our judge. And I was just going to tell you a little bit about Jim before we get started. He's been a member of the Merced Camera Club, the San Joaquin Valley Camera Club Council, and the Photographic Society of America. He's shown his images in competitions locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally. He's also judged in many local camera clubs, fairs, and international competitions, and he's made presentations to numerous groups and organizations. Jim likes to travel and do photography of wildlife, cowboys, and all sorts of other landscapes as well. He's been to, some of his favorite places are Hallow Bay, Alaska. Excuse me. Jim, I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Kutse Mateen Grizzly Bear Sanctuary?
You're close. You're close. Yeah, British Columbia is.
Yeah, and the island of Svalbard in the Arctic, as well as the Hideout Ranch in Wyoming. So you're going to see some of his images from those locations tonight. He also likes spending time in the Southwest, including the Grand Canyon, Utah Canyonlands, Northern Arizona, and so forth. One thing that I was kind of surprised to hear about Jim is that photography isn't his main job in life. He actually raises commercial beef cattle, and poultry on a ranch in the Central Valley, and the ranch was established in 1851, so it's one of the oldest ranches in the state. So that's kind of an interesting thing, in addition to the photography. So you still do the ranching?
Not as much as I used to.
Oh, okay.
Still here, but I can't. You know, your mind says you can do it, but it says you can't.
Oh, yes, we all know about that, I believe. Okay, well, thank you. And Doug has some of Jim's images to show before we get started with the competition.
I'll talk very briefly about them. This was at the Albuquerque. Yes, one of the many, one of the many balloons. They have the special shaped balloons, special launch day for them, and this is one of my favorites. The old ghost town in Montana, it's called Bannack. It was originally the capital of Montana, and this is the old Hotel Meade. That's one of the quite a few buildings that are left there.
That's nice.
Obviously, snowmobiling in Yellowstone, which I've done numerous times, and you always see the bison. This happened to be in a snowstorm with wind, obviously. But we got lucky. We were just going past them, and I just had the camera up. This picture was taken at the Hideout Ranch in Wyoming, near Shell, Wyoming. And we were there with Daryl Galeen on a photo shoot and did quite a few of the cowboy images. This picture is done very well. It was on the cover of a book. And eagles, Haines, Alaska, a few Novembers ago for the late run salmon in Haines, and thousands of eagles. This one just was posing for me. I got a lot of images of this guy. And of course, you see a lot of this also of the eagles fighting one another. It's not uncommon. One will have a salmon, the other will go after them, and they, of course, drop the salmon a lot of times. But anyway, it's a lot of pictures. Hideout Ranch, again, just catching the shadows on the, and the same ranch at sunset. Taken in Montana.
Go for a coyote.
This is the image I tried to get with the one eye, and we got lucky. I got one shot, and that was it. But it turned out fairly well. It's not as sharp as I'd like, but I got some. This was close to our home. Little back road last spring. Went up there, just caught the sun popping through some clouds. I thought it looked kind of neat. But it's called White Rock Road. A lot of wildflowers up there. Alaska, Hallow Bay, Alaska, for the bears. A lot of you know Carol Bailey. We went with Carol Bailey, stayed on a tugboat, and came in on skiffs when the tides would drop and the bears would come out. Of course, they know when the tides drop and the salmon get caught in the shallow waters. And we photographed up there for several days and got a lot of bear images. Palouse Barn, a lot of you have seen this same barn. You just happen to catch it right, you know, with the light and the clouds, but it was, that's in the Palouse area that anyone that's been to Palouse has probably seen this barn. Skagit Valley, Northern Washington. Went up there for tulips. Obviously, this is not tulip fields, but just a night shot. Did a lot of work on this image. It wasn't quite as nice as that originally, but anyway, we tried to make it work and look decent. This was in Svalbard. I like this image, this bear. I got a lot of close-ups of this bear. I don't know if it was a male or a female, but came right up to the ship, and it was then it was starting to wander off. I thought that shot kind of showed you what the environment they had to live in and survive in. Obviously, this particular bear is doing fine, pretty healthy, as you can see. Anyway, it's pretty barren up there. And Truman ought to recognize this picture.
Yes, I do. Thank you.
It was, of course, I put the moon in it. The moon was not there when actually Truman and I took this picture, this same picture with the light hitting the trees. And I thought it'd have a little.
I'm not as good as you. I missed the moon. I didn't get the moon.
Well, you wouldn't, because I put that in there, but it was not there when we took it. I was just having fun with you on that one, Truman.
Came out nice, very nice.
Svalbard Islands, it was pretty rugged in some areas up there. We went all the way up to the pack ice and stopped. That's where we had that bear, but some of the other areas, interesting, kind of rugged country in a lot of areas, very desolate. Only one town of any size up there, Longyearbyen. There are some ruins of some old villages around, and occasionally you'd see a mine or a refinery of some kind doing some kind of manufacturing business, but not a lot of people live up there. Crazy Horse Memorial was able to talk them into letting us go up to the face of, just get the face of Crazy Horse. And we got lucky because it happened to be a sunset right behind his head. And I did saturate the color a little bit, but those clouds were there. And we got lucky on that. And with a storm, it just passed through. We didn't think we were going to be able to go up because they won't let you go up if you're within 30 minutes of a lightning strikes around. And but we just barely made it and went up there and got a few pictures. You rarely see a picture of the close up of the face. And Svalbard again with the walrus. We had just about reached our limit. You can see the big guy on the left is starting to turn, and he's headed out of there because you can only get so close. They know their space, they know your limit, and then they're gone. It was quite an experience being up there. And of course, a lot of you have been to Yosemite and been to what they call Gates of the Valley, where you get this view of El Cap. And, we just happened to hit the right light on it, and snow on rocks, and it just all worked. But it was, anyway, that's it. I think that's the last one, I think.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we're going to start with the open competition, or open division of the general competition. So Jim, Doug will just run through each of the images for 2-3 seconds, so you get an overview, and then we'll go back and I'll read the titles, and then you can give your comments.
One quick question. Is this all one? Are there more than one class or all one class?
This is all one. It's all one class. There's no division. Are you talking about beginners versus? Yeah. No, everybody's all in the mix.
Okay.
Okay, that's all of them, Jim.
You're gonna make it hard on me. I can see that. You're gonna make it hard on me.
Now I hear an echo. Okay, so we have 56 images in this category. So whenever you're ready, Doug. Okay. Shapes of winter.
Enter. Very simple image that's has the word maybe drama to it. You don't see the texture in the snow until you said winter. I didn't realize it was snow. I think it may be sand, but it was the snow drifts with the one bush sticking out positioned. The composition is right on. Position that little bush in the right place. I'd like the image because of the simplicity of it, and it shows us it doesn't seem as sharp as I would like to see it. 10 points.
What was that again?
10. I'm
10.
sorry.
Surfs up.
Can't do this.
Yeah,
New options.
this is a great shot of surfer, and again the composition's right. You see waves breaking over them. Color's
I
good.
get my microphone. Damn it.
Uh-oh, I think you need to mute Ann Sandler.
$11 points.
Okay. Sunset with wine.
Yeah, this is a picture that tells a nice story about a couple out enjoying themselves, hopefully enjoying themselves, with a little wine, barefooted. You can see the colors, you can see the flowers. The composition's good. I'm sure there's a little story there that we're not aware of. It was, I don't know, maybe I wish I could see a little bit of the faces, but I'd give that was the flowers in the forest aren't as sharp as I'd like to see them, but it was anyway, 10 points.
Winters above Ridge Lakes.
Yeah, obviously a winter scene. The texture of the snow is not showing like you'd like to see it. It's a nice scene. It's a nice winter scene.
Pat, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I seem to have lost Jim.
Oh, Jim, can you hear us? Yeah, I was just going to say something. I didn't know if he was still there. I don't have a phone number or anything for him.
Yeah, he seems to be frozen.
Doug, do you have his phone number?
I do not have his phone number, Truman, but I'm going to try to invite him. I'll send him an email to invite him again.
Let me see if I can send him a message here.
I think
Oh, he's not there.
have his number.
Okay, I sent him an email and with an invitation to join again.
Okay. Truman, are you there? Guess he's trying to call him. Well, for all of you who are waiting out there, we did do a run through last night and everything was fine. So not sure what's happening. Also, Charlie, are you there?
Hey, Pat?
Yeah, who's
Yes,
that?
Pat, Jim
Yeah.
Cunningham's name is on there as logged in. He's
Yeah,
on the
I just-
right-hand side down the bottom.
I just sent him a chat message telling him we lost him. Doug, did you try to get a hold of him?
Well, I sent him an email.
I
I'll
think
say-
Truman said he did. I believe Truman said he tried to.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything. Mhm. Is Truman still trying to call him? Does anybody? No.
He's not at his desk, so I'm guessing he is.
His his video shows him not in his chair, so I don't know where he's at.
Huh. I hope he's okay, unless he went to answer the phone.
We're talking about Truman.
Oh,
Yeah,
Truman.
Truman's not in his. Yeah.
Well, he might have gone to call Jim.
Or to look for his phone number.
Well, sorry about this. Don't know what's going on.
We'll blame it on you,
Oh,
Pat.
of course. Better watch out, Ed, or I'm going to make you take this one over next time.
Oh, no. I've had my turn. Let somebody else play. Thank you, though.
You're welcome.
Well, it's the first night we've had something like this happen, and we've been very fortunate in the past.
Yeah,
Looks like there's
Yeah,
something
this is-
wrong with his internet on the other end.
definitely an oddity.
Sounds like Doug's phone.
No, not mine.
Not yours?
Not this time.
Oh, here comes Truman.
Do you want to take him down?
What?
I have his cell number and his home phone number.
Oh, I thought you went to call him.
Oh, well, I can call him. You want me to call him? The only problem is, whoever's running this,
You're breaking up.
what do you want to do?
Why don't
Well,
you
give
call
me-
him, Pat? Pat, you
Yeah.
go ahead and call him.
Okay, give me the home number first.
Okay, the area code is 209
Okay,
382
okay.
0222
Okay, and what's his mobile?
209 761
Okay,
0260.
Thank you, Truman.
Well, I hope that helps.
hey, Jim? Yeah, everything okay? Well, Doug, check your email because Doug said he sent you. You're trying. Yeah. Okay. Well, are you sure? Sure. Okay. No problem. whatever time you need.
Should be on.
Okay, I can hear you on the,
There he is.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hang
He's
up,
back.
okay?
I don't know. I have no idea what went on.
Okay, you're back though, that's good.
Yeah, let's hope it stays there. And we're back to this image.
Yep. We just need a score from you. We didn't hear that part.
I think I gave it a 2 because I just thought the snow was didn't see the texture in the snow and it was a little bright there in the middle, but can you hear me?
What did you give it?
10 points.
I still don't understand that. 10?
10.
10, okay, thank you. Okay, Doug, are you there?
Yep, I'm here. Just 1 second.
Chaco Sky.
Yeah, Chaco Culture Center, a nice, really sharp image. The colors are nice, the blue sky, the stone. It's nice image, 11 points.
Secret Islands.
Yeah, you see the guy camping out on the rocks there. He's got a own little spot. Nice starry sky, very pretty picture. Nicely done. Oh, I like that shot. The bottom part of it. I gotta give it 12. That's a nice image, a real pretty image.
First Frost of Winter.
Yeah, nice detail, sharp, good colors. Frost is, yeah. Heavily frosted flower rose. 11 points. The composition's good. The color's good. I don't know. It's just something about it. It's not quite there, but it's very nice. 11 points.
The Virus Cometh.
Yeah, someone's done some, I don't know what that is. Nice colorful image. It's, you see a few little trees in the background. Looks like a mountain and clouds. And I don't know where this picture was taken, but it's sure colorful. And your dragon or whatever it is fills the screen, very colorful. 11 points.
Peaceful by the Pond.
Good description. And I do pay attention to the titles because the title tells me what you want me to see in the image. And that is Peaceful by the Pond for sure. And it's colorful. The 3 chairs are positioned well. The slight diagonal to them. Maybe the only thing that'd help if you had some couple of people there, but this is very good the way it is. And the colorful trees, sharp, well done. 11 points.
Sunset at Hogan Lake.
I'm not familiar with Hogan Lake, but it was, that doesn't matter. Looks like the water level's down quite a bit. Nice clouds in the sky. You get the reflection of the clouds in the lake. Time of day is pretty good. You lose a little detail on the far side over there, but the clouds are what make this picture. The foreground is not the greatest. but the clouds are sure nice. Give that 10 points.
Okay. Old Hand.
That's interesting. I don't have any idea what that is, but it's an interesting image, and it is an old hand, and the whatever that is behind the hand is a little bright. It's fairly, it kind of takes your eye away a little bit. You kind of wish you would see more of what this is, so you kind of know what it is. That's a little mystery about it, which is good sometimes, but 10 points.
How many? 10?
10.
10. Okay. Thank you. My Mommy.
Yeah, this is a nice, just a catch shot. Tells a little story about the young giraffe and his mother. That a lot of distracting elements in the picture. The fence and all that, but the story itself about the giraffe and the mother tells a little, the feeling between the mother and the offspring, and wish there's a way you could take it without the fence and everything, but it's a nice story. It's a nice feel-good story. 10 points.
Okay. Reflection on the Mokelumne River.
Definite reflection. It's the pictures, like the leaves are sharp. The house in the background is slightly distracting, but not much. It's pretty muted in color, so that's good. The reflection is good. Kind of goes through almost the center of the image, I guess, is the only thing that maybe bothers you a little bit. Kind of splits the image in half, but give that 11 points. I mean, it's just a sharp image, and it's 3 trees. Well, actually more than 3, but 3 main trees. 11 points.
Okay. Old Tree, Weathered Rocks, Monterey.
Now, what was the title again? I'm sorry.
Old Tree, Weathered Rocks, Monterey.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, the old cypress. It's sharp. Everything in that image is sharp. When you look around it, the rocks are sharp. The old dead tree's sharp. The live one is sharp. I almost wish you'd see a little more. I don't know. You'd have to be there to know if there's a better way to compose this. I mean, your title tells you what you want me to see, and you see it, and it's colorful and it's well done. The subject doesn't have great impact with me, but it's a nice, clean, colorful image. 10 points.
Survivors, Remember the Fallen.
Another PJ story. That's it may mean something to the maker. You may have known someone there. This is a picture where you need the title, because I wouldn't know what it was without the title. And obviously the soldier is probably leading the wife of someone that maybe was lost, and obviously people in the background, there's some emotion there, but it's a nice story, colorful, well done, sharp. I wish you kind of wish you knew more of what was going on there. 11 points.
Seeing the Light.
Yeah, I noticed this picture when you showed them earlier. It was The foreground, when you look at it closely, is not as sharp as you'd like to see it, and maybe more sky than what's needed. The story is the lighthouse and the lights. And I think you could have cropped it a little bit more or something. Taking some sky off would have helped. You've got potential there for a really interesting image, and 10 points.
Black Lives Matter.
Again, this is more like a PJ image. It was there's a real story there, which is something has really been in the news the last year, and it's an important subject, and a subject that's that, how would I say it, is a lot of interest in it right now. And I think the composition, to me, could have been helped by this. The sign is good. I wish it was more dominant in the picture. It was the rest of the stuff around it really doesn't help the Black Lives Matter thing. It looks like behind the Black Lives Matter, there's some names or something there that you'd probably like to have seen would have helped that quite a bit, I think. 10 points.
Fall colors.
Nice, colorful image, very colorful. Appears to be pretty sharp. A lot of times you have a little breeze blowing and it's hard to get all those leaves sharp, but it was, the buildings are positioned, pretty well in the image, and nicely done. I like that image a lot. 12 points.
Snow geese enjoying a swim.
Very sharp on the geese, and you've got them pretty good separation in them. There's a couple of places they're touching, but that's okay. I mean, it's well done. You have a little space in front of them to swim into. That's good, and you've cropped it a little bit, which you've made it more of a horizontal image. Good. Yeah, in this case, it really helps the image. 12 points.
Christmas canon. And that's spelled C-A-N-O-N.
Uh-huh. Well, it's an interesting picture, that's for sure, with all those lights, colorful lights too. You've got the crowd, you've got the entertainers on the stage. You've got a lot of color in that image with the yellows and the reds and the blues. And it's nicely done. It's right up at the top where the lights are coming from is not as sharp, but everything else appears sharp. And I don't know. I like it. It tells a story there. 12 points.
Reflections, Dolly Museum, St. Pete, Florida.
It's definitely a reflection. And it's an interesting reflection. The palm trees and the buildings, and I'm trying to see what else I can see in there. But it was, it's interesting photo with all the different angles in it, the triangles, and you've got the white and a bluish white board at the bottom that's a little bit distracting, windowsill or whatever it is, going at a kind of an angle there, but nicely done. 10 points.
Lighthouse reflection.
Again, that's just very sharp image all the way through. Colorful, the light, the building is sharp, the nice clouds, nice reflection. My personal preference would have been to move that lighthouse right out of the center. Swing your camera left or right or something, probably to the right, because you got more shadows on the left. Get rid of some of that shadow on the left and put the lighthouse. The very first time I ever showed, I had the subject in the middle, and the judge says, "You don't aim a camera like you aim a gun." And I never forgot that. But it helps to get them out of the center, I think. But that's nice. It's a nice image. Maybe a vertical shot would have been better on that. I don't know, but nicely done. Colorful, sharp. Because of all those factors, I will give you 11 points.
Raven.
Well, definitely a close-up. Very sharp, colorful. You well done, 12 points.
Winter in Yellowstone, 1.
Yeah, when I'm snowmobiling there, you see quite a few of the little trees like this, that some dead, some alive, covered in snow. And you can see the kind of the fog in the background. It's moody. You've got the sun's hitting the tree. The ones in back are kind of fogged out. It's nice. It's a very simple image that kind of tells the story of survival. 11 points.
Remains of the firestorm.
Well, yeah, it tells a story. Well, like you say, remains of the fire. It was, and we had the big one near us, the Creek Fire with almost 400,000 acres. They could tell stories about getting cattle out of that fire. But anyway, it doesn't show as much of the fire as you'd maybe like to see if you want the story to be the fire. The trees themselves are interesting, the way you got the arch there in the trees. The trees are, pretty sharp. The image is sharp and kind of well done. You got a nice light, but it doesn't tell you a lot about the fire. But it's a nice image. 10 points.
California State Library, Sacramento.
Well, it certainly shows some about the architecture and some of the paintings in these old libraries, and the architecture. It's the ceiling of the library. You can see a few of the books and the doors and all this, but I'm trying to think of a little different composition. Wouldn't it work better to see the ceiling without the other distractions, or maybe the paintings? But anyway, it's sharp and the lighting's good. The maker did a good job there. It's just maybe the composition. This is just my opinion only, and some will agree, some won't. That maybe a little different composition would help that picture a lot. 10 points.
Levitt Meadow from Levitt Falls Overlook.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the area, but it's looks like a real peaceful area. It's from the overlook, you're looking down on the meadow, and it's exactly what your title said. Nice sky, nice light. It's not terribly, you wouldn't call it a real dramatic image. It's just a nice, peaceful, pretty image of a nice area wherever it is. And I don't know, it just needs a little something more to it, I would think. 10 points.
Philippine Marketplace.
Yeah, this is the woman's expression in the background. I don't know what that is, but it was the pulling his calf. And now this to me is something where you'd like to have seen, you know, the person leading the animal, I think, to know more what was going on there. I know that you know, he's taking them someplace. And the woman in the background looks like she's selling rope or something back there, and a lot of it. I haven't got a clue where this was taken, but it doesn't matter. Brahma calf that's going to the marketplace or doing something with it. But probably a little different composition would help this a lot, to tell more of a story about maybe location and what's going on, or to see the person taking them. And I think it would be better. I think it would help the image a lot. 10 points.
Spin.
Well, it's someone getting pretty creative here, showing the ballet dancer, and colors are pretty muted, and I mean, it's an interesting picture. It's I wish a little. I don't know what I wish. It's nice the way it is. It's very pretty the way it is. Maybe a little more detail in it, or not quite as muted, and maybe it showed a little better. But I mean, I like it. I like what's going on there, but yeah, I wish we saw a little more. 10 points.
Blue Angels Flying High.
Well, they're definitely sharp. You can read it well. Those guys are amazing. They, I don't know what you do different with it. Well, the color would have helped, but black and white's pretty dramatic.
Yeah, well, you know, you can't.
Let's I don't know what you do any better. 12 points.
Yeah,
Concrete and Blue.
well, I can't say I blame him. And I can sympathize because I'm on a Zoom right now.
I hear someone's voice. I don't know if someone's not muted.
Yeah. Somebody needs to mute themselves.
Topic and so on, but it's just boring.
Let's see.
It's possible. Wow.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's an interesting image, you know, taken with the angles. They're pretty creative with the angles, you know, with taking it through the windows of the openings and the architecture of the other building and all that. Is an interesting image. Sharp. You know, I'd have, you know, without being there, you don't know what else might have been available or how you could have done it differently, but it's nicely done. 10 points.
Surfbound.
Well, that, the composition's good. You've got the pier going out, you got the surfer going out, you got the wave action, you've got, and it's black and white, but it adds a little drama to it, I think.
Yes, for 3 days in a row, and it's not.
Okay, Jim, I'm going to stop you for a second since what you're hearing. So there are Ann Sandler, Christian, Robert Hubble, Truman, Werner. Would you all please, and Aaron, no, not Aaron, Werner, would you please all mute yourselves because somebody's talking in the background. And it's very distracting. And I see all of you still have your microphones on.
Tune in back into my camera club. Love you.
Somebody was just on the phone and that's what we're hearing. Sorry, Jim, go ahead.
All right, that's all right. Yeah, that's just a nice image. It's the surfer is positioned correctly in the image. The pier helps fill the kind of the bald area back there. It's nicely done. 12 points.
Sunset Flight, Sandhill Cranes.
Now that's a really simplistic image. It's a little streak of red at the very bottom is kind of a little distracting, but I want to tell you, I'm going to disregard that because the rest of it is so good. You see the light beams, you see the birds are kind of fill that blank space, positioned well. It's just really, really pretty image. 12 points.
Newport, Oregon Bridge.
Yeah, that's a famous old Newport Bridge. It was, again, this is a sharp image. Someone's done a good job with the sharpness all the way through. That's a big deal with me. It's, you got the bird on one of the old pilings here, and it's well done. It's nicely done. I don't know what you do any different. You'd love to have the ship coming through there or something, but you don't always have that. 12 points.
Away, Historic Folsom Truss Bridge.
Well, it's a nice time of day to take this. It's a little drama. You got the person walking through there, which is really good. It's better than just blank. And it's sharp. You can read the signs. You see the bridge. I'm not familiar with it, but the title told me what it was. And give that 11 points.
California Supreme Court, Sacramento office.
That's a nice image of the office. You probably used all your wide angle on that, but it was it's sharp, it's colorful, beautiful old building. When you get everything's leaning, but you would do that with that would happen when you use the wide angles many times. And beautiful old room. For sure, 11 points.
Dust Bowl Driving.
Yeah, I see a lot of that. Taking a land plane out and smoothing the ground out. Probably planting almond trees. It was, if they're not, everyone else is. But anyway, yeah, it's a nice image. I don't know that you need that little streak of sky up at the top. It's kind of draws your eye up there. You know, you got the sun kind of popping through on the upper left, but you got the diagonal with the tractor and the land plane and the dust. That all happens, and I think if you crop that sky off, I think would probably help that image a little bit. I mean, I like the image; it tells a story of what's going on, but with a little different composition, I think would help. Give it 11 points.
Laotian wildflower.
The flower, well, I guess you'd call the flower nearest the bottom of the image is fairly sharp, and the further you go back on the image, the more it kind of gets out of focus. The leaves on the bottom are sharp. The leaves towards the back are not sharp. The leaves on the upper right, the big leaf is out of focus quite a bit, and I think just in the light, well, it's not too bad, but it was a little different. A little more depth of field would help, I think, on the image. 10 points.
Lantana flowers, soft focus.
Yeah, see, he tells me they saw focus this on purpose, and they did. It was definitely colorful. Nicely composed. You got colors, you know, nice colors around. It's at 11 points.
Aspen leaves and branch.
It helps to have the branch going through there at a diagonal. Kind of breaks it up a little bit. The colorful leaves. The real bright area is kind of on the upper center and the lower right, a little bit distracting. A little different composition maybe would have helped, but maybe not try to take quite so much in and just zoom up in an area where you don't have the bright spots. 10 points.
Hope Valley in October.
Another, you know, colorful image. Maybe that kind of that same picture we saw earlier. I think only it's a little different composition, but it was. You know, look at foreground, middle ground, and background, and the foreground is not adding a lot to the image. The middle ground is your main picture, you know, with the cabins and the colorful trees. The big mountain in the background is, you know, is not terribly pretty. Sky's okay, but the little different composition, I think, would help that quite a bit. It's colorful. It's nice. Go 11 points.
Rose duo.
Yeah, it sure fills the picture, and it's the center parts of the flowers are sharp and the foreground sharp. Towards the back, you can see the leaves, kind of the upper kind of little right of center is really out of focus and bright. It takes your eye away a little bit, but it's nicely done, it's colorful. Give that 11 points.
Crashing Waves, Monterey.
Yeah, they caught a nice one, and the foreground rocks are sharp, and then they've cropped this down, probably cropped some sky off, which is good. And it was made a nice image with the waves crashing there. Nice colors. 11 points.
trestle mural.
Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Huh. Yeah, very interesting that someone would do that, because it's a pretty nice mural of the lady's face. I guess by having the bridge up there, you kind of know what it is, but it's also kind of distracting, takes your eye away from what you really want to see, just the face, the face and the reflection. A little different composition, I think, would help that. You may have one, and you did make it a vertical, which I think it helps. Colors are nice, the light is nice. I think a little different composition, but give that 11. It's pretty interesting.
Antelope Canyon.
Oh yeah, I've been there quite a few times. It was it's colorful. Antelope Canyon, probably a lot of people, several people listening have been there. Best time to be there is at noon. And one of the few places you take pictures at noon, because the light will come through and light up the canyon, the slot up on top. You can actually step across the Antelope on top in most places. It's pretty narrow on top. It's but it's a lot of a little too dark, I think. Needs you could do. You don't see the colors as well as you should because of the darkness, and you can lighten those quite a bit, I think. 10 points.
Shadows on the Snow.
Yep. Nice black and white image of the snow. It was the texture of the snow in the lower left, you can see it over on the right, not as much, but nice. It's a nice, it's composed well. It's I don't know what I'd do different. You might eliminate some sky, which is not adding a lot to the image. And in this case, 10 points.
Brick archways at Fort Point.
Yeah, that's always an interesting picture. You wish you had a little more light towards the end down there, but it was, you composed it well. I mean, you've got maybe someone walking through the area would have helped. I don't know, but it's nice pictures, sharp. You got the depth of field. It's sharp all the way through. We're 11 points.
Storm from Alabama Hills.
Yeah, it was, I know you're trying to show the storm clouds and you don't show as much of the Alabama Hills, the rocks formation there. I think I would have tipped it down a little bit, showed a little more of the Alabama Hills and in the Sierras, and maybe the clouds are not, they're storm clouds, but they're not real dynamic storm clouds. And it would help, I think, if you composed it slightly different, but a nice image, nice area, really fun area to go to. 10 points.
Rachel.
Well, Rachel's well done. It's very sharp. Light's a little bright on her face and the shoulder, but I mean, it's pretty dramatic lighting. 12 points.
A Quiet Morning Ride, Lake Natoma, Folsom.
Yeah, that's one of those real simplistic images that are nice. You know, the one in the little kayak is fine, positioned well. You got the fog, you've got the bridge in the background. I don't know if I'd do anything different. Possibly, you know, getting rid of it, zoom up a little more, get rid of a little of the sky. That one pillar of the bridge that's right on the edge of the image probably doesn't help. But it was show a little more of it or less of it or none of it, and just keep the little bit of the bridge and the kayaker because it has some impact to it with the you know, the fog. The fog sometimes helps an image a lot, and then the kayaker helps a lot. 11 points.
Joshua Tree Bud.
Well, that's certainly fills the frame, and it's a nice image, colorful, sharp. Well, pretty sharp. You go around the edges, you lose some. A little bright right on top of the flower, but the maker certainly filled the frame with that. Give it 11 points.
Making a Laotian fishing net.
Huh. Well, I would have never, the title tells me something, but you know, it's the door is kind of interesting. The building, the architecture is interesting. You know, the old wood texture is interesting. It's a little bit out of center, which is good. And then you got I guess that's a fishing net hanging there. Nice blue color really makes the picture. Simplistic, but works. 12 points.
Lake Berryessa burned out.
Yeah, that shows the fire quite a bit there. It was, I don't see the lake, but it's in that area, I'm sure. And it was, those fires this past year were awful, the last couple of years. It doesn't, I don't know, without being there, you don't know. Give that 11 points.
Mount Whitney runoff.
Yeah, it's it shows a lot of runoff. It doesn't show. It's just not sharp. The image is just not sharp. In the composition, you know, the stick coming in from the left, I don't know what that adds to the image because the story is really the runoff. And give that 10 points.
Sandhill cranes return to roost.
12.
Whoa.
I mean, very nice, very nice.
Sunset flight.
Well, that's going to be another 12, but you see the way the oak tree against that really pretty sunset really helps this image. And then the birds filling that upper left-hand corner help. 12 points.
Okay, that's the last image in the open division. And Doug, I count 13 images that have a 12 score.
Yeah, that's what I have too. I'll display those 13 now. Do you want to
Okay.
just go through them once, Jim, and then you can come back?
I think I know which one I'm going to take, but
All right.
I'm not sure. Let me look at them. Okay. You can go through them, yeah.
Okay, that's all. You want to go through again?
No, you missed one.
We missed one?
Yep. The one just before this one.
That one?
That one.
Is that your selection?
Yep. That's the one I'm going to take right there. I just thought that was really, really a nice image. They're all nice, but everyone has their biases, and mine's kind of wildlife, and but it's I don't know. It's just a very pretty image. You got nice sky. They got the spacing on the birds. Everything's sharp. It just works. There's several other images I could have gone with too, and I wouldn't have been wrong on any of them. But this one is the one that just hit me the most, I think.
Okay. Well, this is Sandhill Crane's Return to Roost by Doug Arnold. Okay, this one is Secret Islands, Jason Rath. Fall Colors, Leonard James. Snow Geese Enjoying a Swim, Laura Berard. Christmas Cannon, Lucille Van Omering. Raven, Don Goldman. Blue Angels Flying High, Laura Berard. Surfbound, Steve Papenchak. I hope I'm pronouncing the names correctly. Sunset Flight, Sandhill Cranes, Lucille Van Omering. Newport, Oregon Bridge, Pat Honeycutt. Rachel, Joseph Finkelman. Making a Laotian fishing net, Gary Kaywood. And Sunset Flight, Truman Holtzclaw. Good, thank you. Okay, we're going to take a little break here, Jim, maybe about 5 minutes. So everybody can get up and stretch or get a drink or whatever.
Okay.
But and when we come back, I'd just like to introduce one of our new members.
Okay.
So about 5 minutes then.
Okay.
Okay, so Doug, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Jim, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's see, everybody, okay. All right, so we're moving into the creative division, and we have 25 images. So it will be the same format. Doug will go through them each, and then
You wanted to introduce someone.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. I was going to do that. So we have a new member, and ordinarily we would have this person, if we were meeting in person, kind of stand up and tell a little bit about themselves and how they discovered the Sierra Camera Club or why they joined. His name is Evan Wong, and anyway, Evan, I see you're on, but you're probably muted. But welcome to the club, and down the road, hopefully we will be meeting in person, and then we can get to know you better. So I'm looking to see Evan is muted, but anyway, Evan, welcome. We hope you enjoy your time with us at this club. Okay, now go ahead. Doug is going to go through the images for creative, and then we'll go back and hear your comments, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all of them, Pat.
Okay. Soul searching.
What was the title again?
Soul searching.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I'm probably the least creative person in the world when it comes to photography, but I was looking at some of those, some really nice ones, but you know, the silhouette of the model here against the orange or the yellow and orange colors is really nice, strong, pretty strong image. It's nicely done. 12 points.
Celebration.
Yeah, someone is, it does show a celebration. It shows people, happy people. We need that right now, don't we? It's nice, pleasant image. Colors are nice, sharp, all that kind of stuff. Give it 11 points. 11 points.
Peter Iredale.
Yep, I know where that is. It was someone's done a little treatment to it. It's nice, nicely done. Colors are nice, nicely. It's just real soft colors. A nice light on the old Peter Iredale. What's left of it, and I like it. 12 points.
Fanciful flower.
Another colorful image that's has done a nice treatment to it. That I'm just thinking, I'm sorry to be silent, but the background's kind of interesting on that image. I almost wish you'd turn the camera down slightly and see what's down the base of some of that yellowish stuff and get rid of some of the blue. I don't know if that would help or not because I don't know what was there, but a little different composition maybe. 11 points.
Reflections in granite.
Yeah, someone saw this reflection and it's a reflection of some kind of building. And of the granite, you can see the texture. Just someone saw it, may have done some treatment to it, but it is obviously reflection of on a wall of some kind. Wish it had a little more impact for me. 10 points.
Hiding in plain sight.
Well, to see the God beams coming through the trees, it's really hard to see what the creativeness was. That's a picture. It's almost, you could get not creative, but it's pretty, very nice image. They left a little space to the left of the tree on the left, so it wasn't a big black. If you don't leave that space on the left, it's just a big dark object on the left side of your screen, and you got the path through there and the light coming through the trees. Just pleasant, pretty image. 11 points.
Cone tree.
Getting creative. That's what it's all about, right? It's I think what you're trying to do is find the background. To me is a little bright, and which kind of takes your eye away from, the cone and the flowers. But 10 points.
Racing to the top.
Supposed to go uphill on that. Okay. Good luck. That's getting real creative. The dam and the water, as you can see, is extremely sharp, and the boats you put in there are all sharp. It's kind of a fun image that you've done. It'd have been a pretty picture of the dam without the boats in there, but getting pretty creative. Give it 11 points.
Wine maker.
Yeah, it looks like he's maybe, well, I don't know, talking to a crowd or talking to people about his wine or whatever, paying attention to someone. But it was, the winemaker is, you can see the wine barrels. Yeah, and it's nice image. 11 points.
Aquarium visit.
Yeah, it is colorful. The silhouettes of the people in front of this colorful aquarium or something in the aquarium. Very colorful silhouettes. I wish I knew a little more about it, but I don't. So Give it 11 points.
Photographer's brain scan.
Yeah, well, that's that colorful image and sharp. Everything is sharp in it. It's one got pretty creative on that. I like it. It's sharpness of it, the colors, nice colors. There's no real bright spot, no bright spots in it to kind of distract your vision. But 12 points.
Flower bed in dreamland.
Now it's getting creative. The flower bed, I like it, and everything around it's that wavy, the dreamy look, and flowers. I guess if you're being critical of anything, the flowers are maybe a little bright, a little sunlight on them. But the creativeness of it is excellent. 12 points.
Vineyard sunrise.
Yeah, there's some kind of a treatment done to that where just really nothing is sharp in it. It's really soft focused all the way through, and it is a vineyard sunrise. But I don't know. I'm just trying to think, what you could do different or how. But anyway, someone's done, wanted to get creative with this and tried to be creative with it, and they've succeeded in that part. It just 10 points.
Silent night, sparkling light.
It's hard to know exactly. Well, obviously you can see the tree with all the decorations on it, but you don't have very good separation from the background. And it's hard to even know what size that is. The way that's in there, not a person or anything to represent size, but I think mainly the separation of the tree from the background. It kind of all blends together. 10 points.
Light and shadow.
Well, that's definitely light and shadow. And you can see the floor while the light shining through the window is really made a difference with the wooden floor. The pattern on the wooden floor, as you can see it out of the light, real different. And someone's saw this and took a picture of it, and it works. It's you're getting creative there with the way you took the picture. Well, give it 11 points.
The season of winter.
Yeah, that's nicely done. It's one of those real simplistic pictures that really has some feeling or impact to it. I give it 12 points.
Fighting near the end.
Now that's being real creative. That's great. It's those light spots above the animals are real distracting, but the animals themselves, yeah, pretty neat. And it's, I don't know, but it's just a fun image. and I don't like those bright spots, but I want to be nice to the maker on this one, give it 12 points anyway. Normally I wouldn't do that, but I just think it's fun. It's a fun image. 12 points.
Astromelia 21.
It's a nice creative image of the flowers. It's, I guess, it's colorful. It's maybe a little different composition would have helped, because you've got the reddish, color, kind of light red flowers on the left, and the yellow ones on the right, and green in the middle, and it seems to be kind of broken up, and a little different composition might have helped it, but it's nice image. Give it 11 points.
Color field.
Well, it is that, and you see the range of colors in there, and the kind of the slightly curved lines going across from the greens and blues on the right to the orange in the middle, and the reds and purples on the left, but just doesn't have the overall impact for me. But 10 points.
Story time.
Yeah, you got the real cat and the fake cat, and some photography books on the table. At least on my screen, the toes of that one cat are cut off, which bothers me a little bit. The other cat's cut off too, but you cut off enough there where you know you meant to do it. Just cutting off the tips of toes, you got to watch that. Watch the edges. I used to say, do the border patrol, go around the edges and make sure there's nothing there. That then the lower right-hand corner has that bright blue too, which is not good, but just a slightly different composition. You could add a lot of fun. This is a fun image. Give it 11 points.
Grandstanding at the racetrack playa.
Yeah, I'm trying to, what was the title again? I'm sorry.
Grandstanding at the racetrack playa.
Grandstanding.
Grandstanding.
Yeah. I can see the racetrack playa part, but the mountains sure dominate the image. It's a pretty image. I mean, it's sharp, and there's interesting hills there behind it. And you can see the playa on the bottom, and there's some kind of vehicle down there, and fairly small in the image. But give that 11 points.
Fantasy farm silos.
Yeah, someone's got the 3 silos and did a little color work on them. It changed the colors of almost everything in the sky and the silos and everything, but I don't know what I would have done different, but maybe showing a little more of I don't know, without being there. Showing a little more of the silos or something, and done it. It might have helped a little bit. 10 points.
Laser beams in my dreams.
Huh. I'm it's cropped that down nicely to just show what you want to see. The story is the laser beams, but half the image is sky, which really doesn't add to the image at all. I would have almost made that a square image and just shown the, the bridge and the laser beams. I think it would have helped it a lot. 10 points.
Spirit World.
Well, that's an interesting image with the water droplets running down the window, the dew or whatever it is, and coming down the window, and with the silhouette in the background. That's nice. It gives a little mystery to it, with through the window and the silhouette. 12 points.
Night of the Jellyfish.
Yeah. Okay. Even you take the jellyfish out, that's a pretty picture, and you add the jellyfish in. That's the creative part of it, and that's a pretty good sized jellyfish too. But it was, yeah, it's nice. 12 points.
Okay, that's it.
Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 with 12s, Doug?
Yes, I have 8 as well.
Okay, so Jim, you have 8 to look through to decide which of these would be image of the night for the creative division.
Hold on, I'm missing one, Pat.
You're missing one?
Yeah, let me see. Which numbers do you have?
1, 3, 11, 12, 16, 17, 24, and 25.
Okay, 1, 3,
11 and 12,
12, 16.
16, 17.
I missed 17. That was the one. Okay. Okay, here we go.
This is, do you want the titles again, Jim?
No, that's okay. No.
Okay.
That's all 8, Jim.
Yeah.
Want to go through them again?
Yeah, I'll go slowly. There's several of them there that kind of fun. This one's kind of a fun image. Yeah, go back through them. Okay. Peter Iredale, I like that one, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm really thinking about this image because I don't. There's something about it that it's maybe not as creative as some of them, but it has a lot of impact for me. Black and white. Go on through a couple more. That's a fun image right there for sure. I like this image. It's so fun. I like that Peter Iredale image. And I like that one of the individual in the Can you go back?
Sure.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Okay, that's going to be mine right here. I like that image.
Okay, that's The Season of Winter by Jan Lightfoot.
Just something about it that may not as be as creative as some, but it's sure, it's got some impact.
Okay, this is Soul Searching by Truman Holtzclaw. Peter Iredale, also by Truman Holtzclaw. Photographer's Brain Scan, Bob Hubble. Flowerbed in Dreamland, Gert van Ammering. Fighting Near the End, Don Goldman. Spirit World, Lucille van Ammering. And Night of the Jellyfish, Jan Lightfoot. So, congratulations to all the honors images. And Jim, thank you for being the judge. That kind of wraps it up for the evening, unless anyone has something else to share. Charlie, you need to say anything else?
Well, thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, but I will leave unless they want me to hang around for some reason.
I don't know. Doug, what do you think?
I think we're done. And
We're
again,
done.
I appreciate very much, Jim, you're taking the time to do this.
Well, you're more than welcome. Thank you.
Have a good rest of the evening.
Thanks.
Thank you.